Hey everyone, today I'm looking a little sweatier than I normally look. It's because I'm down here in Florida visiting a friend, Chris, who's got 458. He's going to let me drive and do a very quick review on. So I thank him for that. It is a fantastic car. But before I get onto that, I wanted to read a comment from one of my previous videos. Normally I read the comments at the end, but this comment I think is relevant, so we'll start with it. And it comes from a user who goes by the name of I drink my own piss. His family must be so proud. He writes, "Why don't you fuck off back to Austria already? You never review any cars I can afford." And I apologise for that, Mr. Piss. You know, I think this review is dedicated to you because I think finally I'm reviewing a car that perhaps you can afford. So yes, I hope you enjoy this review. I'm going to take the car for a quick drive. I'm going to walk around the car and have a look at it. It is a magnificent looking car, and then maybe have a look at some of the details inside, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's a little different than the cars I normally review, and the short time I've had in this car, obviously I'm not an expert on Ferraris, but the short time I've had in this car, I've found it to be an incredibly easy car to drive. It's such a lovely machine. So yeah, I'm now ruined for other cars. I really want a Ferrari now. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you've got any comments, leave it in the comment section below, and let's get on with it. Okay, so let's start with a quick walk around the outside of the car. And let's face it, the 458 is simply a stunning car. It is beautiful from every angle. What surprised me is how wide it is. It's got so much more presence than I expected. I mean, everyone looks at it. Of course, it's a Ferrari, but it really is just a lovely, lovely car. I mean, even I could get laid in this car. Mind you, let's not get ahead of ourselves. That's never been a certainty or even a probability for me. But yes, enough drooling over the outside. Let's take it for a spin. Okay, so reverse here.
Reverse there.
And this is the launch control.
Yep.
Yep, and automatic. Hold R. So it's holding a brake until I hit the gas?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It'll figure out that you're getting ready to go.
Let's stick it on auto for now.
I'm gonna go right.
I'll stick it in sport, and then I can stick the.
There you go.
And I can put this in comfort, can't I?
Yeah.
Bumpy road. There we go.
Good idea.
So all the controls are here on the wheel. If I want to indicate that are on the wheel here, turn the lights on, the wipers, and of course the suspension settings, but that's only works when it's in sport, right?
Correct. So everything you really need to operate the car on the road is on the wheel.
Yeah.
Everything off the wheel is just things you learn for status about the car, but all your driving engagements are on.
Am I turning left here?
Yeah. You're left.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's a little unnerving when you first do it, but very quickly it becomes like second nature.
Yeah, there's been a few times where you're making a real sharp turn,
and you can't find the.
And you have to figure out. I mean, but maybe 4 times in the 6 months I've owned the car. It's just not really an occurrence they have to worry about too often.
And this is the horn just here?
Yep.
How cool. And the rev lights up here. These come on when? About 5,000, 6,000?
Yeah, it starts, I think it begins around 4,000,
and
it'll just start indicating up to red line for you. It's the same Formula 1 thing. Right here.
Let's wait a second for these guys. Maybe we'll pop it in race for this. Actually, we'll pop it in manual. There we go.
Have at it. It's the whole highway in front of you.
Holy shit. Man, it bangs through the changes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It gets very aggressive in race mode.
Yeah. back in auto.
It'll do the shifting for you.
Yeah.
And in this mode, if you hit it, it'll drop down to an aggressive gear. It's still an aggressive posture, but it'll also figure out if you're just cruising and put you in 7th.
Yeah. So we're in 7th now. We're cruising at 60 miles an hour. I put my foot to the floor, straight into 4th, and we're away. It's on automatic. Yeah, automatic.
Yeah, it's kind of feeling.
And it sees that I'm touching the brakes. Hello, Mr. Policeman.
In a rental car.
Yeah. It sees I'm touching the brakes and it shifts down and engine brakes for you too. It's fantastic.
And you can tell that the programming in the transmission is noticeably different.
Oh yeah.
If you were in sport, it would not downshift that aggressively.
And you had you had an earlier year model of this?
Yeah, for the first year.
Yeah. And have you found any differences with the transmission?
Yeah, it seems that these gearing's more aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's just me thinking that, but it's basically the same car.
Yeah.
The software's a little different. The cruise control is new, but really, Ferrari doesn't change it that much.
Yeah. Another cop up here by the looks of things.
It really can. I've never seen a car. That was a Chevy Cavalier cop car. Yeah, it probably is one, by the way.
Yeah. Put it in quieter mode. Yeah, you know, as soon as you go from race.
Oh yeah.
As soon as you go, you can hear. So does it change something with the exhaust, or is it?
Yeah. I don't know all of the physics and all the mechanics.
But yeah, as soon as you pop it back in sport here, it's a quiet, regular car. Yeah, that's definitely a cop. We'll just creep past him at 60 miles an hour. In fact, I don't know. See if he gives us a wave.
No, just keep going. Shit. We will have some cops around here, so be cognizant.
This car is going to ruin me for other cars.
Yeah, it's...
I'm just amazed at what an easy car this is to drive. What a lovely, comfortable car this is to drive.
Yeah.
On top of being, you know, such an awesome car. Of course, one of the things that makes this car such a joy to drive is the engine. And not only is it immensely powerful, 560 horsepower, but it makes such a wonderful sound singing there behind you. There's not many V8s that start their red line at 9,000 RPM. This is just one of many incredible facts about this engine. The engine itself is coupled to a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, which is becoming more and more prevalent in sports cars, even family cars, for good reason. I mean, if you want to get the best performance out of a car, a dual clutch gearbox seems to be the way to do it. Of course, we're not just here to talk about the performance of the car. Everyone's, of course, interested as always in how many gorillas will fit in the car. And as it turns out, I have brought a gorilla along, and I can confirm that the trunk or the frunk is fairly spacious. In fact, larger than my 911, I'm pretty sure. Easily fits William in there. With the exterior and the engine being so magnificent, I was a little concerned that this car might be let down by its interior, but it's not the case. The interior is a work of art. Chris's car in particular is lavished with soft touch leather, carbon fibre and red deviated stitching. And those of you who know me know that I like a bit of deviated stitching, so as you can imagine, I was in heaven in this car. There is deviated stitching splashed everywhere. The cabin itself is larger than I expected. This is a wide car, so they allowed more room in the cabin, which makes it a very comfortable, very usable car. One of the quirkier features of the 458 are the VDA displays either side of the TAC, which are configurable to all sorts of information. When the right one's turned off, it just displays the speedometer, but otherwise it's, where the radio and the navigation is. The left-hand one here is more about the status of the car, the status of the VDA. And I'm not sure how much is configurable. I'm not an expert in it, but it's certainly an interesting toy to play with to see what the different driving modes are set to. And the short time that I've driven the car, certainly each driving mode does seem to make a big difference in how the car behaves and performs. So there we have it, the 458. It's as close to automotive perfection as I've ever driven. I just love this car, and I'd like to thank Chris once again for his time and allowing me a day or two in driving the car. If anyone else has a car that they think they'd like to have me review and don't mind having my sticky fingers on it, you're welcome to email me on this email address. Not just cars, particular cars I enjoy, of course, any unique car, any sports car, any car that's been restored. I particularly love cars from the 70s and 80s, so if you've got a great example of one of those. And of course, I live in New England in the States, so if you're close to me there, that's obviously going to be of preference to me. But I'm not just restricted. I'm going to start doing reviews on helicopters and boats and trucks as well, if I can get my hands on them. So anyone that's got a unique vehicle of any sort, let me know and I'll certainly consider it. Anyway, thanks once again for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.